Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in the world of criminals who operate above the law.
Hello and welcome to Beyond the Night, brought to you by the GCRN and Audible.com. I am one of your hosts, Steve Joe Mike. Joining me is Dion the Music Man. Hello.
Lazy! You are lazy, you are!
Shut the fuck up. I'm going to put you in kit and turn on the Arctic freeze.
Oh my.
Let's see how you handle 0 temperatures in a compressed compartment.
Oh dear.
Yes. Today we are going to be recapping Season 3 of Knight Rider Classic. We'll be talking about our favorite moments, least favorite moments, favorite characters, least favorite characters, episodes we love, and episodes we hate. So yeah, that's what's going on there, I guess. Hit the turbo boost, Kit.
You ready?
Ready, but hardly willing. Michael, what happened to the good old days when we simply turbo-boosted over fences or crashed through walls?
You said it yourself, partner. The terrain is not suitable for turbo boosting. You don't win friends and influence people by crashing through their walls.
Alright, so we're going to be talking about favorite moments from Season 3, Night of the Drones, and getting Bonnie back. As much as I liked April, it was kind of cool to see Bonnie come back. Anything to do with Kit and animals. Obviously, you know, the action stunts, the car stunts, all that stuff. Kit speaking Spanish, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
What about you? What are some of your favorite moments from Season 3?
I wrote pretty much the same stuff down. We actually, in Night of the Drones, we see the Foundation's past. I kind of liked where Devin was talking about C.J. Jackson, who was supposed to be this hardened criminal, or he was a hardened criminal, and he killed somebody before they recruited Michael Knight.
He killed the original operative,
right?
That was going to be driving Kit,
right? And that episode was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
A radio who could kill people.
Yeah, and then turn it something else.
Yeah, that just was kind of wow. That was quite interesting.
It's very interesting. Yeah, Night of the Drones was a damn good episode.
It was. I liked the Kit with animals interaction. Yeah, like you said, Kit speaking Spanish was quite funny.
Yeah. Oh, last week I completely forgot to put in the Kit Kat joke. Damn it! Because of when in Night and Retreat.
Yes.
When the little cat.
Well, we have a kit. Why not have a cat?
Yeah. But no, Season 3 overall was really good. I think that they were kind of going for the fact that, oh hey, Michael needs an additional partner in the field, because let's face it, Bonnie and Devin really don't. I mean, Bonnie's tech and Devin's pretty much the boss.
Right.
I mean, Devin's gotten in on a few missions here and there, but they were kind of like setting us up to the point of, hey, let's bring in a Michael Knight Jr. with Elliot and all that. And oh god.
Yeah.
They're building us up to what's going to eventually happen in Night of the Juggernaut in season 4's premiere. Other favorite moments I can think of is this is gonna be kind of sick and twisted for me to say this, but Junkyard Dog. I mean,
what is wrong with you?
No, listen.
What?
As much as sad as it is,
The episode itself.
Well, yes, but I'm speaking about one specific moment. As sad as it is to see Kit essentially be buried and destroyed in the acid pit, I really like that moment as far as looking back on the season, because I'm not saying it's a good thing, obviously,
right.
but it's one of those moments where it emotionally connected to us because we're emotionally connected to Kit and Michael. So
right.
Obviously anything to do with their characters interacting and whatever else and all this and all that.
Well, I guess you could say, like, you know, when you see Kit, like you said, when you see Kit destroyed, Michael's just kind of lost.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his partner to really help him do things. And, you know, in this particular episode, Michael is still doing the investigating, but you don't see him driving around in Kit like you would in any other episode.
Right, yeah. Did you have any other favorite moments?
The end of Junkyard Dog, actually.
Well, yeah, because, I mean...
Because she actually gets her story published.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking more so that Kit is actually back on his wheels.
Kit too, yeah. Kit's back on his wheels. The lady gets her story published, and then Kit's also talking about people from westerns and stuff like that, which is quite funny.
God, so
I thought that was cool. Let's see.
One thing we haven't mentioned is pretty much any moment in Kit versus Carr. That was simply amazing.
Paul Frees was awesome as the voice
more
for
sinister
Carr.
version of Carr. Yeah, it was so great, and just the Peter Cullen's version was evil.
But Paul made it more sinister because it was supposed to be the return of Carr.
Right, but see, here's the thing. In Trust Doesn't Rust, the way I saw Peter Cullen's version of Carr was, oh my god, it's an evil Optimus Prime, but it's one of those things where I saw it as, obviously, Carr just came back online. He's dealing with Tony and Rev and blah, 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 and whatever else. And he's more so, obviously, Carr's programming is self-preservation, but, in that episode, I believe he is more so really looking for the self-preservation, whereas in Kit versus Carr, he's just out and out ready to kill people. He, breaks into the semi, and he basically uses John, Mandy, and poor Eddie. Dude gave a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
I mean, the Carr and Kit versus Carr was just, oh wow, just so sinisterly evil. Of course, Peter Cullen makes up for it, later. 26 years later.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get to least favorite moments after this.
He's in our way, Michael. We can't get around him. You're not going to try to turbo boost at this speed. You are.
All right, let us get to the least favorite moments of season 3. All the dumb fucking trucking episodes. There were a couple of good ones, but what was it? There was
Trouble.
No. There was Buyout, which was good, and then 4 episodes later, 10-Wheel Trouble, which sucked.
Yeah, because Buyout was awesome.
Yeah, Buyout was cool, but do they really have? I mean, this isn't Fast and the Furious, people. Stop dealing with truckers. the entirety of Halloween Night. That episode
That
just
was
needs
just
to.
that just should have been destroyed or something. It's like,
Yeah.
I know what they were trying to do. You know, they were trying to maybe, it was probably around October or something, so maybe they were trying to do something around the spirit of Halloween or however you want to look at it. I watched it, but it's kind of like, oh, okay.
Nah.
You know, because it just didn't fit. It did and it didn't fit. I mean, okay, it fit because it was kind of the psycho type thing, but then it didn't fit because of the plot. I mean, it's kind of action slash horror.
Yeah,
It didn't really work.
The plot itself was so stupid. The guy was the son
of the father.
Yeah, whatever else. But yeah, you're right. It did. The reason why they did end up doing this, original air date, October 28th, 1984.
28th of October? Right. Oh my god.
It was the original air date for Halloween Night is October 28th, 1984. So it was a couple of days before Halloween.
Yeah.
What other least favorite moments do you have from season 3? Audience out.
No. Oh, what the hell's that episode with the guns and the lasers and the...
Oh, the one we just talked about?
What the hell was that one?
Night Strike.
Okay, yeah. The character or the individual who played Sheila, yeah, she got a nice upgrade. No, just can't get into that. She's still the same ditzy blonde. What do you want? Sorry if anyone out there that's blonde is listening. I am not offending. I'm just being honest.
She did show some skin this time around, so that was good.
Yeah, that was good. But that was probably about the only good part of the episode. Circus Nights. I don't know, that particular plot. What is that doing in a sci-fi show?
Okay. The reason
not so much the title, just the plot itself.
Circus Nights is there because it's kind of, think of what's the name of that stupid episode? I know we're gonna do this, ladies and gentlemen, but and we've done this before, but the episode where Michael not loses his memory, not that one. The one where Jim, his former partner, the old dude,
Jim Courtney.
Yeah.
Nights in the Fast Lane.
Yeah, Nights in the Fast Lane. That episode gave us background into Michael's past, along with every other episode that has done that in the past before. This one here kind of gave us a little bit more insight into what Devin's past is. We've had a little bit of Devin's past, but like he said this entire episode, you know, he grew up with these people, he was friends with their father, and blah, 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 blah. So that's, you know, like we said in episode 23, it's a good episode overall.
Right.
But as a season finale,
it flops. It flops.
No, it's not a good way to end a season.
I guess my thing is, we've seen more of Michael's past than we have of Devin's, and I've mentioned that before.
Right.
You would think, you know, maybe you would see maybe one more episode of Devin's past or something to tie all of it in, but you don't see that. So
right, yeah.
Good grief. The rotten apples. Oh God. Okay. I think I'll just walk past that one.
Well, no, wait a second.
Because no. Just one bad apple spoils the damn bunch. I don't care what anybody says, because you're a counselor who handles kids, who tries to run a ranch.
Yeah, the plot of the episode is not that great, but I will say that because I was a ward of the state from the time I was 14 till I was 19. I've seen places like that, and I understand what they're trying to do there.
Right.
But yeah, the overall plot of the episode and what the bad guys want to do, it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Any other least favorite moments?
Oh, let's see. Hiding secrets from cars.
Wait, what?
Night in Disgrace. Is it Night in Disgrace?
Oh yeah.
Night in Disgrace.
But we explain that though.
Right.
I know you don't like it, but it is explained that.
Right. I mean, it's not so much. I do understand the reason behind it. Obviously they were in there to get LaSalle, and they needed to stop him red-handed because he was always above the law. This is one of those episodes where the above the law cliche comes into play here. So They had to set it up so that Michael was suspended from the Foundation, yada, yada, yada. It was just kind of, okay, you're going to hide a secret from a damn car who's supposed to be super intelligent and have...
But Michael, explain that.
Right,
though.
no.
Because if he had told Kit, LaSalle would have broken in.
Right, and tapped
like
into
he did,
the station.
That's why Kit was not let in on the plan. That's exactly why. Because of the fact that...
And Kit didn't really understand it, like you said, until, like you said, Michael explained it. But he couldn't really explain it until near the end of the episode.
Well, yeah, because you couldn't explain it in the middle of the episode because hell, I hadn't seen Night in Disgrace in a long time, and I was actually really shocked when Devin got shot. I'm like, oh, there goes Devin. Wonder who's going to come in to replace him. And then I got shocked again later, during the deep freeze part of the episode when Devin's like
standing right there.
Took you long enough.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right,
that's probably pretty much it. I mean, they're not bad least favorite moments. I will say that they're not horrible.
Yeah,
they're not horrible, but I guess there's just some you have to really kind of go through the episodes and go, okay, I don't like this or this or this, because you don't want to nitpick at every episode. I think, all in all, season 3 was trying to come back, and I say trying in underlined, bold, italicized quotes, but failed miserably.
All right, so we're going to move on to favorite characters after this.
Got an idea. Let's find the nearest leather goods store.
I was afraid of that.
All right, let's talk about favorite characters. Obviously, for me, the return of Bonnie.
Right.
Bianca / Adrian / whatever Ann Turkel's character's name is this week. I really enjoyed her.
She was good. It was good to see her.
Yep. I did like Clifton and Turk in Night of the Drones. What is this, Clifton? Some kind of new dance? Any of the kids that interacted with Kit, whether it be Doug Wainwright, whether it be the Bad Apples, any of the kid interactions, because damn it, I wanted to be that kid.
Those were funny. Yeah, because you wanted to be that kid sitting in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
I swear, if those keys had been in that car in 1986, my 6-year-old self would have drove Kit right out of that convention center. I don't care if I couldn't see over the... Because that's the thing, and I've told this story before when I went to the Boston Budweiser Expo back in 1986, and I actually met Hasselhoff and got a picture with him, got a signed autographed headshot of him, and everything else. One of the things because there were 2 photo ops. There was one with him and then one with you sitting in Kit. And my 6-year-old brain was like, ooh, Kit, yay, talk to me. Let's go driving. Here, I'll just put it on auto cruise. You can drive. So, that was my thing back then. I was like, what a gullible 6-year-old I was. But other favorite characters for me, any of the funny people that interacted with Kit, like the guy with the the guy that basically bumped into Kit.
The older
We
guy?
Yeah, we completely forgot to bring it up last week.
The older is that the one?
The couple, the
Yeah,
old
the
couple.
older couple where they bump into
Yeah.
Kit and he's like, "Oh dear." No, very funny. And you see him
Yeah,
roll
it
up the
was so
windows.
hilarious. It's like damage this and damage that, windshield this, replace that. So hilarious.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah. What about you? What are some of your favorite characters?
Whiplash my CPU.
Yeah.
Like you said, the return of Bonnie. Um, wow. There's just too many to name. I will say the lady who actually played Sheila, yes, I do like her return only because she's not as ditzy this time. She's, not as dorky. Clifton and Turk, even though they're bad guys, even though they don't return, it was
They're comedy relief.
yeah, they were comedy relief, so that was kind of funny. And I guess that would be about it for me, really. I mean, there's just too many things to name from season 3. If you really put them all on a list.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and go into least favorite characters. I didn't write anything down this time. Like, there wasn't one character that really just irked me. Like, there was no Mickey. There was no who was that other chick that was in the Mickey episode?
The Hispanic lady.
Yeah, there were no real least favorites at all this season. I mean, it was pretty solid. I guess if I really wanted to nitpick and say, I just wanted to whomp Elliot upside the fucking head. Oh my god!
Did you like Veronica from Night in Retreat? She was.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty badass.
Either Veronica or Tanya.
Yeah. I thought they were pretty bad. I thought Tanya was definitely badass.
Yeah.
The whole electrocution stuff and everything else, but like there really are no.
There aren't any bad things you can write down.
Yeah, not for characters. No, I mean there really isn't. I guess technically you could. What was that episode? You could write down Ice Bandits.
Yeah,
Charlie and all that.
Yep.
The monastery and all that. I guess if I really wanted to say that I didn't like a character, I didn't like the character of Charlie. I liked that episode though because I thought it was interesting because they're like, hey, this guy talking about Michael. They're like, hey, this guy's already had plastic surgery. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like the episode. I just don't care for the character at all.
Right.
So yeah, there's that. All right, we're going to take another quick break and come back with episodes we love after this.
I'd rather be turned into a toaster oven than go through this again.
I'm with you there, pal.
All right, episodes we love. For me, it's a short list. I've said this before. There are episodes I love, episodes that I can just tolerate or just kind of meh on, and then episodes I hate. But honestly, between episodes we love and episodes we hate, there's really like I said before with the whole too many trucking episodes, but that's just a general overview of the season. But for episodes we love, I had written down Night of the Drones, Kit vs. Carr, Night in Disgrace, I love Night of the Chameleon simply because
I wrote that same one down.
Well, the reason why I like Night of the Chameleon is because I actually get to see the voice of Season 3, Rodimus Prime from Transformers, even though he did this before, that came out.
Right.
But I love being able to see Dick Gaudier, and as soon as I heard his voice, I'm like, hey, it's Rodimus, yay!
Yeah.
Of course, Junkyard Dog and Buyout was the last one I had on my list for favorites.
Night of the Drones was my favorite. Kit vs. Carr, Night in Disgrace. Pretty much the same ones you had. Night of the Chameleon.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same ones that you had. And I will say again, in Night of the Chameleon, we we don't dig into Michael's past, but they do mention how, back in August of 1982, Michael put him away, that type of thing. And, we get to see Tony and Michael interact, even though we've never seen an episode like that before, but they at least talk about it. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Cool for me, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like the episodes we listed are by far the best episodes of the season. Like I said before, the rest of them are just kind of there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, I guess if I really wanted to put it on there, Night and Retreat was damn good. But like Nightlines, that was kind of.
It was all right.
Yeah. Custom Made Killer was good, but it wasn't like one of my favorites. Lost Night was interesting. Of course, neither one of us can. Well, you could. I can't. I couldn't have put Dead of Night on my list since I've never been able to see the damn episode because I don't have the DVD set anymore. So, and it's not online anywhere. I don't know. There must be problems with that one, but yeah. Overall, these 22 episodes, there are a lot of good ones.
Yeah, out of them.
There's really only two, and we'll get to this here in a second. There's really only two that really, really take the cake when it comes to really, really bad Knight Rider episodes. Anything else you want to say about your favorites?
No, that's about it. I really wish that you could, I hope at some point you do get a chance to watch Dead of Night.
Yeah, I will. I still have to, have an extra $200 or $300 to get the DVD set because now it's the complete series set is pretty much out of print, and unless you find it fairly cheap somewhere, it's going for around I think $105 or something. So
yeah,
I'll have to wait until some old alkie leaves me in their will and whatever. All right, let's move on to episodes we hate. There's only two for me, and these are by far two of the worst episodes of the entire series. I would rank my first one the number one worst episode of the entire series. My second one, second worst, and then the third one would be something from season 2. We are no longer racing for our lives, people.
Ah!
But these are worse than that. These are
God.
These take the number 1, number 2 spot. So at least Race for Your Life is number 3 worst. Halloween Night.
Yeah, I'd have to put that one on as
hands down is the number one worst so far in 3 seasons. Hands down is the number 1 worst episode of Knight Rider.
Right.
The plot goes nowhere. Sure, there are little funny moments like with the costume party and Bonnie saying, "Oh, Louis the 16th is actually Louis the 14th." Bonnie.
Yeah.
There are funny parts with the Knight cast with the Flag family, but the overall plot
it just didn't work.
Yeah, the plot didn't work, and I'm not a horror fan. I respect the genre, whatever. I don't really care. I don't pay attention to horror stuff at all. I blame Freddy Krueger for that. He scarred me as a 5-year-old. It's true, damn it. My mom used to make me watch all kinds of weird horror movies, and now it's like, no. But it's just one of those things where Halloween Night was it's like, hey, we need an episode, and it's like the 11th hour, help. Oh, this will air on 3 days before. Ooh, let's do a Halloween episode. Yay! The day is saved. Not. I will say, though.
You're so mean.
Shut up.
You are! You're so mean.
Shut up. I will say, though, that the best thing that came out of this episode is Don Peake's score for the music. The music is so creepy, but I can listen to creepy music and be fine, but I can't watch horror type episodes or movies but the music was spot on awesome.
It was actually
yeah,
Mike
Halloween Night-
Bernard's. That was actually Mike Bernard's creation, and then Don Peake was actually asked to kind of expand on that, and that's what he did.
Right. The other one, which is the second worst episode of the entire series to this point in season 3, Night by a Nose.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. She loves the horse. I get it. What I did like about that episode is that it shows the comparison between I forget what her stupid name is.
Maxine Fleming?
Yeah. We'll go with that. I kept thinking her name was Samantha and she was going to wrinkle her nose a couple of times, but anyway. Ooh, we should do a Bewitched podcast. No, that's not. Samantha, yum. Anyway,
God! Ow, I'm just walking away from
border on necrophilia?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God.
Oh,
okay.
Moving right along.
Night by a Nose, even though it is a worst episode, there is one moment that I like in it. I like the whole comparison between her and King Jack and Michael and Kit, because that whole opening montage, you see her riding the horse and Michael driving in Kit, and you see the partnership between the four different beings, I should say.
Yeah.
But other than that, Night by a Nose, dumb plot. It's like, hey, let's fake the horse's death. I mean, it's like...
One of the funny moments I actually liked about Night by a Nose was a computer giving out bets for horse racing. Yeah.
Like I said before, in favorite moments or favorite characters, anytime that any of the regular people, not just kids, but the regular people like those people that interact with Kit.
Right.
And I'm gonna have a really huge moment coming up in the season 4 recap after we finish season 4, because I remember a specific moment of a character interaction with Kit that I absolutely love. I'll tell you off the air because we're not even there yet.
Right.
But what about you? What are episodes you hate from season 3?
Night by a Nose, Circus Nights.
Yes.
Halloween Night, obviously.
What else?
The Ice Bandits. I understand what the plot's supposed to be, but it's one of those ones where you're like, okay, really? You're catching someone who's had a dozen aliases.
Yeah.
I don't know. So those would be mine, and that would kind of be it for me, I guess. I really can't say much for Lost Night because I don't hate that episode.
I don't hate it. I don't think it's a bad episode. What I mentioned earlier about episode that to me is an episode I like. It's not one I love.
Right.
But it's not a bad episode at all. Because that's an episode where you get to see. Oh God, I just realized they did this again. Oh crap, 26 years later, holy crap. Anyway, but that's an episode where we get to see Kit and it's almost as if we get to see when he was first built. I know we saw him being built way back in Night of the Phoenix, but we didn't see. It wasn't like in Junkyard Dog where we got to see him get rebuilt.
Right.
And we got to see behind the curtain, but I don't know, it's one of those things where, yeah, Lost Night's a decent episode. It's one of those kind of in-between episodes where it, just depends on your mood if you want to watch it, so.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to a quick break. You're going to hear some ads from the other GCRN shows and some other stuff, and we'll come back to close the show after this.
Kid,
Yes.
shut up.
Coming to Grand Rapids, Michigan on September 21st and 22nd is GrandCon Gaming and Comics Convention, presented by Celebration Cinemas. Join us in playing or chatting it up with fellow enthusiasts in a community that understands your passions. Get lost in the adventure of your favorite role-playing game, Admire costumes and art from vendors and attendees. Meet the creators behind your favorite mainstream and independent games and comic books. Check out unpublished games and sneak peek at things to come. You can get all this and more at GrandCon. For more information, please visit www.grand-con.com.
Hey, this is the Music Man 08, one of the co-hosts of the Knight Rider podcast heard on Geekcast Radio. Do you like variety? Would you like to hear variety out of the clear blue sky? Then head on over to www.sky106.net and hear just that. Not only that, send us feedback if you have a show request, or if you think you have what it takes, fill out the application page to become a DJ. You can also add us to Twitter and MSN. Once again, the website to visit for all of this and more is www.sky106.net.
Kid,
Yes, Michael.
just keep driving.
So we are back here on Beyond the Night. Overall, I think Season 3 was good. Overall, I've thought that, all of the show, each season has been good. There are obviously some glaring points here and there in every single season. But I think with the way that Knight Rider was, that it's more of, do you connect with the episode?
I agree.
Because, there are points, and we've talked about these to this point, there are points of continuity, but this is not a straightforward episode 1 to episode, 90-something?
92.
91, yeah. It's not, hey, episode 1, we're going to set this story up, and then in the very end of the 4th season, we're going to conclude this story. It's not something like that where it has a strict continuity, but it has continuity bits and stories throughout. But it also is, because it's a staple of the 80s, and I'm not using this as an excuse, but let's face it.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not using this as an excuse, but because it is a staple of the 80s, the 80s had television programming that was episodic. It wasn't continuity-based.
I think Knight Rider broke that barrier in bits and pieces.
Right.
They were saying, okay, yeah, let's do some episodes, but also let's have some continuity on some of these.
Right.
So they borrowed a little bit from each formula, and it worked for them. It actually did work for them.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Oh, God.
It did.
What did...
No, it did. I just, I don't know if it really broke.
Because if you think about it, look, Night of the Phoenix, okay? There's a story behind Michael Long, and he gets transformed into Michael Knight. Wilton Knight picked Michael Long to become the next individual.
Yeah.
To replace the original operative of Flag. Unfortunately, we don't find that out, though, until Season 4. But that's neither here nor there. Wilton Knight picks Michael to become the next operative.
Yeah.
Michael gets introduced to Kit, etc., etc. So,
right.
It does have its episodic qualities, but it also has its continuity qualities as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. You want to tell the people of your other love?
Yeah, my other love is sitting around for 3 hours broadcast.
Being lazy.
Yeah, I'm lazy. Handling a computer keyboard. Sky106.net, www.sky106.net. Check us out. Don't check just my show out. Go look at the schedule. Find out when your favorite DJ or DJs are on. Send us feedback. Follow us on Twitter. You can add us to, well, I guess it'd be Skype now, even though it's MSN, but Skype is the client you use. In any case, you can follow us on Twitter, as I said before, and all of that is available on www.sky106.net.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for joining us here on Beyond the Night. There are several ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can comment on each and every episode post. Email us, feedback at geekcastradio.com. Follow us on Twitter, at Beyond the Night is the show Twitter. Mine is TFG1 Mike. What is your Twitter?
My Twitter is themusicman08.
You can also follow at Geekcast Radio for all the other network updates. Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geekcast Radio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Beyond the Night and wish you'll join us next time when we will be reviewing the first 3 episodes opening Knight Rider Classic Season 4, those being Night of the Juggernaut 2-parter, Kidnap, and Sky Knight. For now, I am TFG1 Mike with
The Music Man 08 Dion.
Kit, close the show. Wow, we actually got through that episode without making a Mickey Mouse the Black version joke.
That was kind of funny, though.
As Michael would say, thanks, pal.